I was wondering if you had any specific opinions on Professor Richard Wolff, someone who we're going to be going over a couple of stories concerning today.
I like Professor Richard Wolff. His opinions. Actually, he's a teacher,
Yeah.
and I really he breaks things down in such a succinct way that it's easy for me to digest.
Mm-hmm.
And because to me, the whole concept of economics just goes right over my head typically.
Yeah, it's a lot of people on the
Um,
left, I think.
I
yeah,
already failed an economics class the one time I took one in college. I fucking hard failed it.
yeah. And so between him and I am reading Stephanie Kilton's book, the Deficit Myth.
Mm.
So between those two, it's like opening a world for me. So it's just like, oh, so it's not as complex as they make it out to be. And part of me actually thinks that they make it complex so that you don't figure out how the sausage is really made and how it could be made better.
Yeah,
You
100%.
so yeah,
100%. And that is a great thing about Richard Wolff. Like I said, there's not a ton of figures on the left that are really completely literate when it comes to that language,
yeah,
And Richard Wolff is someone that can speak with such an authority about these subject matters that, you can't really, it's hard to challenge his credibility or his
Yeah, well, he
authority.
has an immense pedigree.
Yeah, he's the professor emeritus at like the University of Massachusetts or something like that, and he's clearly just whip smart and knows what he's talking about. So I guess that's why I thought it was so funny or interesting rather that it was declared that he's going to be debating Destiny, the streamer who's taken a bit of a rightward shift towards like the pro-capitalist mentality. From what I remember, he used to be more lefty, more of like a Bernie bro type of dude, and then he kind of had this shift to the center, as people tend to do when they get certain size. Anyway, he's now
this is a dude that I've only heard about in like passing, right? Like I know the name Destiny a lot, but I don't know anything about this guy.
Well, I personally find him to be tedious and unbearable. I think he's fucking annoying, and I hate the way he frames his arguments. I think they're honestly often disingenuous. But that being said, he's going to be debating Richard Wolff on the Serfs stream. So this will be pretty exciting. I'm excited to watch for certain. And literally the explicit, debate is over capitalism versus socialism. So again, I can't imagine sitting across from Richard Wolff and trying to defend, capitalism. Like, can you imagine like
late stage capitalism in a pandemic?
Right, exactly. Like in 2021, after capitalism has, as Richard Wolff has explained so eloquently, his capitalism has only fueled this crisis and made it worse and tenfold. Apparently, Destiny thinks that it's still defensible and still the way forward. So I'm super excited to see this debate. I'm super excited to see Richard Wolff run circles around this guy. Do you have any opinion on how this is going to go down?
I'm going to choose my words carefully. Oh, hell, I don't care. It's going to be basically sit down, boy. That's basically what it's going to be. I'm sorry, but the whole defense of capitalism, when you talk about I'm getting riled up now.
Get riled up. Feel free to.
Okay, so for the life of me, it's like you're defending something that is caused a huge amount of human suffering. Like, why in the hell am I here? Why am I on U.S. soil? Why has my ancestors been here on U.S. soil? Has it ever occurred to them that because of the nature of capitalism always being for profits and profits over people, that when chattel slavery was brought here to the United States, it was because they wanted free labor in order to keep the profits off of their agriculture. So a lot of people, especially liberals, like to think, oh, well, slavery is just because they were racist. No, it was capitalism that was the cause, because of the greed that they had. And, capitalism facilitates greed. It's a catalyst for greed. And so then they, enslave my people, bring us over here, and then you have, you know, they just, sorry, I had dialysis today, so my brain is
Oh
like,
no, hey man,
good,
take your time.
but then they have this system where we're treated like less than animals. And so it's, to me, it's a very inhumane system because, with capitalism, it's just death. I mean, I can't even find the right words to say about it because, you know, it's sickening because thinking about all the things that have been done
Yeah.
to people in the name of profit.
Yeah. I mean, just think about debating capitalism on a laptop that's made out of minerals that were extracted from some, third world country where people were exploited in the process so that some asshole he could get rich here in America. Literally, the equipment you're using to debate on is the product of capitalist exploitation of the developing world, modern day imperialism. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really not up for debate.
And you made the point about, chattel slavery and capitalism being the motivator for that, obviously. But one of the things that completely blew my mind that I don't think a lot of people grapple with is, when I read Assata Shakur's autobiography, one of the things that she lays out pretty clearly is why the Civil War even happened. And that was not to end racism. That had absolutely nothing to do with liberation. It was white capitalists in the North growing suspicious of the South industrializing and having a free labor force that would then put all of the working class whites in the North out of work. And it was those competing kind of narratives that continued to lead to the exploitation and countless deaths and all these other things that you mentioned.
Yeah, and we don't even need to go back to chattel slavery. Current modern day slavery, the prison industrial complex is currently going on as a direct result of capitalism and private prison industry. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is continual horrors being wreaked on the most marginalized among us by this system. I don't see how that's really up for debate. Again, I'm excited to see the discussion. We'll definitely be commenting on it here at the Vanguard, so make sure to subscribe so you get our commentary on this debate. But again, I think this is going to be a slam dunk for Professor Wolff.
It will be. Is the thing is that capitalism is an animal that is easily debunked when you think about it from a very rational frame of mind. The thing is that you have people who have this individualistic mindset, and it's based on selfishness, and it's based on, well, it's all about me, versus socialism is more of a collectivist mindset.
Yeah.
Thinking, well, it's about us because, humans inherently are collectivist. We cannot survive without being and working as a collective. That's how we are built. Whether you believe in creation or evolution, we were evolved to be collectivists. If you believe in creation, and we were designed to be collectivists. No matter what, this is how humans are. And the thing is that if we deviate from that, then that's only going to lead to our destruction. And I like to put it this way: anything that is a catalyst that directly or indirectly leads to death is something that we should avoid. For instance, pollution, and the, degradation of our climate, that is something that leads to,
right,
pollution.
And death. we would have come to that conclusion a long time ago as a society if it weren't for capitalism. Obviously, like I mean, people have known about climate change and since pollution.
The 70s. The 70s, we've known how bad.
Very aware of it. It's only because of the continual pressure exerted on our politicians by these industries and lobbies, which again is directly a manifestation of capitalism. It's
a radical fact. Before we play this clip, really quick for everybody, just so that people know, a lot of people are familiar with Al Gore's book or movie and book on climate change, An Inconvenient Truth. What a lot of people don't know is that we've actually pumped more carbon into the globe since that came out than we did in the entire history before it came out, which means that we've destroyed our planet more knowingly than we did when we were doing it supposed